Oh, you know how it goes when your team loses. They're the absolute worst you've ever looked, unless sometimes they might be really, really bad looking. Here we are, 2 days removed from the Monday Night Football showing that was someone in Los Angeles Rams garb on that field in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I am Tuna, one half of Tuna and the Sheriff. You're Threekly, you're Thraley, Triple Daily Morning Show where we talk about the Rams.
Thruple is the word you're looking
Thruple,
for.
thank you. I know how to say it. No, when everyone else is being negative, and yes, I've been very vocal the last 2 days. I had to not publish something last night because I needed one more day to give myself. It's not bashing them. It's a critique.
Yeah.
But first of all, you know how I want to start the day? Because you know what today is, bro?
Is it your birthday? I forgot.
No, I'm in July, bro. I'm a
Is it
Cancer.
our anniversary?
You know how emotional I am. You know I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, same.
No, man. It's a holiday, baby. The year ends today.
Yeah, sure does.
Bro, can we celebrate a little bit? Can we do this for the people?
We can say, what the hell is this? Is that me? How'd you get this footage? I love the silence. That's what ties it all together. You know.
Happy New Year's. Wait, is there silence?
It's silent on my end, man.
What are you doing? Play it. What are you doing?
What do you mean play it?
I'm over here vibing by myself.
Access to your computer? That's so funny.
Well, I did have One More Time by Daft Punk playing for everybody, so
okay.
It's fine. It's fine. You're a party pooper, Joe.
I want you to go back and watch this part after this is done, okay? Because that's hilarious.
I'm done with you. We'll have our non-existing assistant edit in sound there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
for us too. I thought he was just on Ram Showcase, but he might be over here now too.
Before we dive into the Rams, a good transition is I like the look of both of our shirts.
Yeah,
you've got the old logo all the way to something modern. This is the golf wing shirt, man. You like that?
I love that. It's fire, dude. I love that shirt. As soon as that came out, I was like, nice. And I saw the price and I was like, all right, I'm good. I'll pass.
We waited till Christmas. Shout out to the girlfriend. We get a gift.
Good call, man. Good call. Yeah, some of those lines that they put out, I'm like, man, that's dope. And then I look at it, it was like $140 for a t-shirt, guys. Relax. Like,
all right. Yeah, I saved that for Christmas. I only asked for like 2 things, and there we go. All right. You ready to do this? Enough avoiding. We'll talk a little bit about the game before we move on. Let's go ahead and bring up my graphics here. Boom, 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 boom.
Just a question to start. Am I the only Rams fan that is still?
Oh, sorry. No, that's Drake May dropping a bad game in December that no one talks about. I thought.
Oh, that's weird, right? It's weird.
Yeah, my bad.
You can have like a bad game in December, and you know it just all falls apart, and you're just done and cooked.
Oh, my bad.
Unless it's Drake May.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford gets just railed for. Hey, we know you had a perfect game in Seattle, but doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, this graphic is very fun. I would say the first game where Rams are torched in the run defense category.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say this too. If we take this down to 21 carries and 102 yards, we talk about it very differently. That one play was absolutely huge, and I mean, it happened. So we can't take it away. It did exist. But if we're going to give up a run like that, I mean, the numbers are obviously going to be shifted pretty aggressively. So I mean, the way we can read this is 21 for 103, and that's still a lot, but. That
still
run,
almost 5 yards a pop. Yeah,
I think what gets me about that run too is Jared Verse missing that tackle because it's like, God, dude.
Jared Verse missing that tackle. There was another 30-yard run where he had him in the backfield, and people were saying, "Oh, you can't miss that tackle." I live tweeted. I was like, "There's one player I'm not upset about missing tackles on, and that's Bijan Robinson, the first guy." Yeah, but if you got a hand on him, and then your guys that all season long, have gang tackled, and they're just not there, it was off, man. Guys were just kind of really hesitant. It almost felt like they thought the Falcons weren't going to play this hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Like Raheem Morris is a good rallier of men. And like it showed. The one that I'm most frustrated by, because it's something that we've seen week after week after week, is they had a chance. Like offense finally figured it out. They're scoring, tie game. All you gotta do is just keep them away from the 40-yard line on like their own 40. Keep them away from it. Give yourself a chance. They couldn't stop the run. Like they just let them go down the field and get a game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
That's the one that really hurt, because you're just watching it. You're like, dude, this is what you were supposed to be. This is why Landman and Puna are here, man. Like, what are we doing?
I would say for me personally, the Bajan touchdown that bothered me the most was his receiving touchdown, because everything about it was like, as he was in motion, it was like, oh, watch Bajan, 7, 7, 7, and then he starts running across like 7, 7, 7, and then Cam Kinchins doesn't follow him, like 7, come on, like losing my mind. It was like that was so obviously going to him the whole time. That was a one read play, and we missed it. And it's like, guys, what do we do? Obviously, that guy, watch him, man. Like they even set it up with the motion and stuff. That's the one that really bothered me. The run, it's like, yeah, he hit a pretty nice cut on verse to make him kind of have a bad angle, and then it was just the blocking was absolutely flawless from there, and then he's got wheels too. So you bring all that together, and it's like, man, that sucks, but that happens. You know what I mean? That one though, the touchdown pass was like, God, that was so obvious.
I was losing my mind, man. It shows two things. It shows, one, Bijan Robinson is very good, and I warned people, and I tried telling people. I've watched him more. I think he's the player I've watched the most than anyone else outside of Los Angeles. For fantasy reasons, he was my number one pick, and he's just so much fun to watch. Like he's like Christian McCaffrey, man. He's a complete back. He does it all. He's been doing this to everyone. It's the self sustained injuries that really bother me, because Cam Kitchens puts a hand on him. You rewatch it. He's just Kirk Cousins. He's playing his own, but that's the problem. It's like, okay, your zone. I get it. You have a hand on him. You see he's going that way. Does Cam just forget what to do? Does Cam just not know what's not behind him? Is there a miscommunication? The same way there was a miscommunication in zone against Seattle on the 2-point conversion, and that's where they really miss Quentin Lake. Yeah, and it's really bad. And I do want to kind of talk to you about this, since we're talking about the defense before we transition on. Shout out to our friend Josh Yo's Tweets. He's been providing a lot of statistics for us. Please go follow him, Josh Yo's Tweets on Twitter. Like he pulls his own stats. Like he's not just regurgitating these. He is creating original numbers that me and Joe ask him for sometimes. So it's really cool. Since week 13, are your numbers on the right? These are not including the Tampa Bay game in week 12, because that was such an anomaly. On the left is weeks 1 through 11 with Quentin Lake. The back end is recently week 13 to today without Quentin Lake. The biggest numbers: yards after catch per game, rush yards per game. Passing yards per game are very similar, and I didn't put it up here because I wanted to show you EPA per play. They're giving up about the same amount of pass yards per play, because teams aren't just sitting, dropping back deep and throwing deep. The problem is they're getting the same yards easier. They're having less resistance getting these yards. And then obviously missed tackles. That's why you get more rush yards per game and yak per game. And this actually is not including the Falcons game. So these numbers are actually worse than what they show on the right side. So we'll start there. What do you take away from this? Is Quentin Lake really that big of an impact?
Quentin Lake's a massive impact. I think he's blatantly our best secondary player, and I don't think it's very close. I would say that, I love Cam Curl. I love Emmanuel Forbes, but I think Quentin Lake is just a different level of a human being and a football player. So I think it is that big of a deal that he's being missed right now. I did see the pre-game day photos and the footage and stuff like that of Quentin Lake coming out of the hotel. He had his bag with him and stuff like that. And my only takeaway from that was, like, obviously he's still on IR, all the stuff, but it was like, oh, they're trying to get him back into game rhythm. That was my big takeaway with that. And it was like, okay, so I do feel like we do see him, maybe not this week, but next week feels real, that we do start playoffs with some of our guys back. And that's, I think, the biggest part about this too, is that, like, we clinched the playoffs a few weeks ago. And if you would have told, these Rams fans in 2009, like, hey, in 2025, you guys are going to be 11-5, clinch the playoffs 2 weeks before, but you're going to kind of come in a little clunky. and in third place of your division. It's like, well, first of all, third place of the division at 11-5. What the hell? And why is there still a game to play? We're already 11-5. That doesn't make any sense. We'd be so confused, but we would be. I think we would all be thrilled still about it. It's like, oh, but we already clinched the playoffs a few weeks back. Hell yeah, dude! Like that's sick. So I don't want to say that like we've taken a step back or that we are not trying anymore because we hit the playoff. We already clinched the playoffs, stuff like that. It's like I think that we're more beat up than we have been all season long, and it is one of those where like the game on Monday, it didn't have that big of an impact on seating, standings, anything like that. I understand the emotional impact of having a dud of a game, but the last time we felt this way, where we needed a get right game, guess who was there standing on the schedule? The Arizona friggin' Cardinals, dude. So we have the perfect chance to do that again. This time we're at home before the playoff push to kind of just take on the Cardinals, get yourself feeling right again, and then head in the right direction. But the defense, you're absolutely right. It has to be better. It has to step up. I think that this last week, I looked at the snap counts and stuff like that because it felt to me like Desjuan and Josiah were getting a lot more reps than the BUIs and V8s of the world.
I noticed that, yeah.
But you look up the numbers, that wasn't really the case. If you look at snap counts and stuff like that, I would say that Desjuan had more numbers than he usually has. But for the most part, too, it was a lot of trends that were still right in line with like versus snap counts and young snap counts and stuff like that. So that wasn't actually the case. I would say it was more of an effort thing. And our game plan looked like my niece created it. So I think that we just kind of went into that game not taking it serious, and we lost because of it. But I also don't think that because we played bad against Arizona, we are going to play bad in the playoffs. I'm not one of those people that thinks that that's true. I think that we'll be okay.
I do too. It in a weird way, trying to explain to people that it's not a blind optimism. It's not a homerism that I still have the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to I can't throw out 15 other games that I watched. I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen enough. I've seen shit go wrong the previous years. I saw stuff go wrong in the 2021 year, but they didn't win in November, man. And that's like getting close to crunch time. Like I forgot what some of the media narratives around that time, but that was brutal. Like looked very hapless at times in 2021, even with the additions. It looked like it was going to be really embarrassing. It's like, damn, you brought in Odell and Von Miller and you still can't figure it out. Like this is looking
and then
bad.
You fell apart. That was the part. It's like you bring in all these guys, it's like, oh, and then it crumbles. But Rams still currently right now still have the second best odds in the NFL to win the Super Bowl.
And that's because like you can't have that much recency bias like some hopefully AP voters are not being when it comes to the MVP awards race.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just not a good feeling. And I think us Rams fans are a little bit spoiled because we expect such lofty expectations from this team that when you drop a stinker like this, dude, it hurts even more. And it's just brutal. But I want to remind people that, and I got to bring up the Celtics thing again. Like it feels like that the year that the Celtics won the title a few years ago. Like finally Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown got it. Bro, we did not give a fuck about regular season. Like even like the really cool highlights were like, that's awesome, cool. Is it the playoffs yet?
Yeah.
And then the team just turned it on into another level. And I think that could happen here because I've seen enough Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's funny though.
Can you put this in terms of the Lakers, Muad'Dib? The bubble. A cool regular season, the bubble showed up, and then LeBron just was unstoppable. That's what it is. That's what I feel like the Rams are going to be in the playoffs.
That's a good one. I'm not a huge basketball guy. So it's those references kind of tend to fall flat on me. But I just don't understand them. But I don't know, man. It's one of those where I think about the 21 season stuff like that too, and it's like nobody is like, "Hey, Rams won the Super Bowl," and then like the response like, "Yeah, but we lost to the Packers in November, so like doesn't count." It's like, yeah, it does still. And we're already in the playoffs. We have been already in the playoffs. So I do think that there is something to be said about like, hey, let's just be cool. And also Devontae Adams probably could have played. We held him out. A.J. Jackson probably could have played. We held him out. Really wish he would have played because DJ Humphries turns out is a pretty decent drop off.
Oh.
Evan Dotson, one of the best offensive linemen in the league this year. And we're missing him. And then on defense, Quentin Lake, our best secondary player. So like that's where my brain's going is like we're missing four of our top 10 players are out right now, and we're out in that game. And I think that we need to remember that.
Yeah. As we transition into just Cardinals talk of what we really want to see and expect and what should be a good, what needs to be a good game. My guy Xavier Smith, man, my guy
X
Xavier.
X
Try
gonna
telling
give it to
y'all.
you.
I tried telling y'all. I try to avoid being like leaning heavily into the like, oh, this content creator interviewed this guy, so now he's his biggest fan.
Yeah,
No,
that
I get to talk to him, somewhat frequently. Like it's a cool thing, but I'm not going to sit here and lie about stuff like, oh, he needs to be this and that. But what we saw in Atlanta, what we've seen in the spurts throughout the year, he looks like a competent slot receiver. He looks like he's like earning shots, looked explosive. He was there early and often. And I'd argue that if you involved him earlier in week one, you solve a lot of issues. You solve, I guess it goes earlier than that. Maybe you don't spend $10 million on Tutu.
yeah.
You let him be successful somewhere else because he deserves it. Because you
Mhm.
can't figure it out, McVay. You spend that money on defense. But then also you could probably connect on that last drive because the timing was off. That's what happens when you don't
Yeah.
give someone enough shots. But no, man, Xavier looked really good. I'm happy for him.
That one really hurt my heart, man. That's the thing too, is it like on that final drive, there were 3 different events that happened where it's like, you've got to be kidding. Oh, 4 different events that happened on that drive where you're like, you've got to be kidding me. They're like, the football gods are not going to let us win this game. It was that Puka sideline catch that was,
Wow.
oh my God.
Bro.
And then you have the holding on DJ Humphries, which he had a rough game, but that was not holding and pulled back a touchdown. And then you had
Yeah. Like, what are we doing?
the missed pass interference on Tutu, which I mean, Rich Eisen was talking about too. It's like if he catches that and it's not a flag, he
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
wins.
Game's
Like,
over.
the clock runs out. So we needed that to be a flag. And then him missing X on that deep ball. It's like 4 times where you're like, oh, this is just not our day. Like, like that's just what it felt like to me. It was like, and then even that Puka catch on the sideline, it was like watching it and it was like, oh my God, I can't believe this
I thought he
this
caught that.
robot just did it. And then they showed the other angle and it was like, damn it. Like, I was so upset.
He's human. Fuck.
I was already like 7 beers in and like, God. I was losing my mind. But yeah, it was one of those, man, where it's just like on that final drive, 4 different plays that just like dramatically didn't go our way.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that going to continue happening? I don't think so. I think that if you look at it in terms of like, we came out so soft in that game and then really turned it on, I feel like we'll be like, this is one of those games. We'll probably see something similar, I would assume, to our first game with them, the 45-17 game earlier this month. I feel like we see something decently similar to that. And then we just go into the playoffs, probably going to Philly. Let's be real. And that, I love that, dude. I love that so much because that's it feels like we owe him one. You know what I mean? Like the one earlier this year, the playoffs last year, it's like, and it feels like we can come out on top of that game as long as we can stop AJ Brown. Because Jesus, dude.
That's going to be the tough one. That's where it will help having a Kello back. I know he's not like an all-pro guy, but yeah, you gotta have a little bit more size. I don't think that's Forbes' fight on that one because AJ Brown's just too familiar with him from his time in with the Commanders. And Puka needs to apologize to the refs.
This is a very interesting comment, actually, because a lot of people, since Puka made those comments, and the refs have had a bunch of weird stuff with us. I have a question on Ram Showcase that's going to be recorded tonight about, do you think that the Puka comments are actually impacting the Rams? And I want to say no, but I don't know, man. Like, I want to say that that's not true, that we're more adult than that in the NFL, that they would be like, whatever, he doesn't like us. Okay, whatever. Like, or are they like, oh, but Puka doesn't like us. So, do we make bad calls? Like, like, and then they're just doing it more. So I don't know if I agree that it'll turn around once he does. I do feel like, though, he will come out and say something. I just feel like that's a Rams push to be like, hey, man, say you're sorry for this stuff. Like, I just feel like that's going to happen.
If they do, I don't think it'll be publicly. I think it'll be privately, because how does that look to the NFL where the player has to come out and apologize because he's being held hostage? His team is being held hostage by, okay, we're going to call the game different. Sir, that is rigging. That is a rigging in the games. And that is not beating the allegations that the NFL is rigged. But it's not the, oh, he doesn't like us. It literally is the, oh, hey.
I disagree with it. The ref's making a point. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
not to that degree. Not to the,
You're
yeah.
gonna prove him right by
Yeah.
by making bad calls? That makes no sense.
Yeah, not to that degree. It's more of a they are human. And so
Yeah.
when they have like since then, like they talk about the teams a certain way. Now they talk about them differently. Like, hey, you got to try like
Yeah.
ease up on this, ease up on that.
Well, they
But
could have
now it's
taken
like,
away.
nope, call it right down the line because
Yeah.
you know you
They
go from
absolutely could have
least,
taken away a touchdown from us too.
yeah, and it's like least penalized team in the league to now they just get a shit ton of penalties the last 2 weeks. Like it doesn't trend.
That's fair.
It doesn't rattle in my brain right.
But
But
if they watch Jared Verse give the Atlanta sideline a peace sign, they take off a touchdown from us, dude. So it's like that also, it's like, well,
that
they missed
was
a big
baller.
one. Like, yeah, it was
That
sick.
was baller.
That
That
was
was baller.
so I want that picture so bad.
I wish they won so that way we
Oh,
can
I know, right?
wasted effort.
Yeah.
But Arizona, man, what do they need to look like? I'm or like obviously you want them to blow them out. You saw what happened last time. It's hard to blow the same team out twice. Even the best teams in the league have had tight battles with really, really bad divisional opponents. It happens. We talk about it all year here. Division games are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Even if the game is tight because Arizona is like, you got guys out there fighting for contracts.
Mhm.
You got head coach fighting maybe for his job. Who knows how safe he is?
Possibly.
Guys trying to make this team or a team next season. So guys are going to be playing hard.
Yeah.
And they hate the Rams.
Yeah.
Even if it's a tight game, I want to see them finish out and close. I just want to see good plays. Win the game, get some stops on defense late in the fourth quarter, and go up late in the fourth quarter and just put them away. That's all I want. That is exactly what I want.
I'm absolutely with you. I'm kind of like all season. It's been that conversation of like we just but the games we're losing very close, and now it's getting to the point of like, yeah, but we're losing a lot of close games. All right, let's maybe stop losing 1-score games because we're in all of these. Like it's the difference of us being 11-5 and straight up 16-0 right now is like 7 plays, and that's crazy. So that's another reason why I'm like, it's hard for me to be discouraged about this team and stuff like that, is like, because you have a situation in the NFC this week where a team could either is playing for potentially the 1st seed or the 6th seed. And so that's why I'm just not as discouraged in, our where we're sitting and stuff like that, because we're still one of the best in the league. But either way, what your question is, what do we need to look like for it to feel like a success and stuff like that, is I just feel like it needs to look efficient. It needs to look like fewer mistakes. I want to see fewer missed tackles. I want to see Stafford not sailing the ball on people. I want to see blocks be friggin' made and not not holding calls. Like, we couldn't get the ground game moving. That was what we were supposed to do against Arizona. That was what they're bad at and what we've been good at. So it's like that didn't get going. Just that efficiency, just not making those mistakes. I think that's really what a win would look like to me. I think that Kobe Turner has been such a bright spot on the defense, even in the losses and stuff like that. Like, that dude is so incredible, snap in and snap out, man. So a big game from him, just going into the playoffs, I think would be really cool. But again, and I'll kind of shift it away from like what I would love to see on field, and the biggest win for me would just to be no further injuries. If we can just go in at the same better health than we're at right now with AJ, Kevin, Quentin, Devontae, get these guys back ready to go for an actual playoff run, not a week 18 game against the Arizona Cardinals. That is the difference between 5 and 6. You know what I mean? If we lose this game, I'm still not throwing in the towel. Like, that's kind of where my points is mainly going. But I just want to see some efficiency, and I want to see him close out a friggin' game, dude, when they have it in their grasp.
That's the thing, man, is closing out. And what I was gonna say, since we are ahead, because if they win that game, give themselves a chance to be the 5th seed. It's not. I don't know if I cut out. There we go.
Yeah, you're back.
It's not a guarantee just by them winning. They need the Niners to lose as well.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wins this game, the Tampa Bay versus Carolina game, that's going to make a huge difference on who the 5th seed plays.
Yep.
Seattle wins. Obviously, they're number 1. They finish out. San Francisco wins. Rams are going to stay, I believe, at 6th seed.
Is that the case? Let me see.
Yeah, right.
I have
right
it.
there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like we go to
Rams are playing for.
You're real
What's
choppy,
up?
Tunes. You're super choppy right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know why.
feels like the Rams are going to Philly. But honestly, that's it's kind of funny that like after last year and like after the game earlier this year and stuff like that, it's like, God dang, I want Philly again. And it's almost like the football gods were like, all right, that means you're not going to get the 1 seed though. Like, it's kind of just how it felt. Is it lined up for us to get? It lined up for us to actually get what could be the sickest like playoff run that we could possibly ask for. It's lining up that we could get in Philly for the first week, in San Fran for the second week, and in Seattle for the final game, and then back into San Fran for the Super Bowl. Like that would be the most ideal. It's like, yeah, we cut the tie with San Fran and go win up on them. Cut the tie with Seattle, go up on them. Finally get one back on Philly. That would be one of those dream scenarios where you end the Super Bowl being like, not only did we go all the way, but we took everybody down that we wanted to take down on the way there too. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I'm seeing it right now.
I'm the only thing I really am focusing on is the week after. Like if you're gonna end up winning the wild card, because I don't care if it's Rams Petty Tour. I don't think it matters if it's Carolina, Tampa Bay, Philly, Chicago.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come out and dominate. Like it's gonna be a really tough game.
Yep.
Regardless of who it is. But you want the 5th seed, man, because one of those top teams, it happens every year. Division leaders are going to lose. You're going to get a 6th seed or 7th seed to surprise someone and get a win. Malik Willis comes in and just people can't stop him. Niners go on a run because apparently they're fucking back to being phenomenal. And you want to be able to host at least one game. So 5th seed, you got at least 2 other teams that you can host if they surprise someone and you keep winning. So
yeah, and that'd be good too because those teams that are kind of below us, I mean, that would be, Green Bay and possibly Niners. I mean, if we could take them at home, I mean, that's preferred, obviously, especially a team like Green Bay. I mean, they're locked in at 7; they cannot change.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There was one more. I lost my train of thought there. What's up, Tuna? How you doing?
It's okay. I got some pieces coming out today.
Cool.
One is on, they're actually kind of both related. One's on Xavier Smith focused. The other one is just focused on the entirety of the defense and the team building. Because I think the Rams got a team building issue. It goes down to just like, hey, I love every guy on this team. I root for them. But at no point is there ever one person on the defense that I can look at and say, okay, this is the best player on the field, no matter who we're playing. And I don't have that AD moment of like, he's going to make a play and win the game.
Yeah.
I look at other defenses, Houston, Seattle, Philly. They got guys across the board that like, they're the best player. And I think that hurts the Rams sometimes when the offense is not producing 30+ points.
Yep. I'm with you.
So,
all right, dude. We are. I'll have Ram Showcase coming out tonight. Full game preview. It's kind of mainly geared towards.
The fuck is about my beard?
I don't know, man. People have been trying to get me to get rid of the mustache. It's like, no, it's who I am now. It's the mustache now has me, dude. It's completely taken over. But
the mustache has
me. Yeah. So Ram Showcase will be out tonight. It's mainly I've got a lot of fan quesos that we'll get into. So if you haven't seen that post yet, you can still add into that. So that's going to be kind of the main focus because there's not a whole ton to talk about as far as this game goes. But I do want to we'll hit in to playoff talk, and then the main story tonight is are we okay? So we'll get into that tonight. But you got any New Year's plans tonight, man?
Man, I'm gonna unveil how nerdy I am after work. I am going over to my girlfriend's. We are going to bake cookies from scratch. Sick. We are going to consume some adult vegetables and play Pow World until we fall asleep.
Don't know what that is, but sick.
It's Pokemon with guns.
Cool. Hell yeah. Right on, man. Yeah, I haven't done New Year's stuff in quite a while. I just it's just a night to me. I don't know. It's funny. I was telling people at work, it was like, I don't know, dude, my New Year's happens in March. So Like, remember last year when I yelled at 2 p.m. just Happy New Year out of nowhere on a random Tuesday? Yeah, that's my New Year's.
It's just so hard to like. I can't. Yeah, I can't in good faith go out and just get wasted on a Wednesday and then feel right for or not feel not right for 2 days. Where I'm 34,
Straight
that
up.
shit's gonna hurt for
Straight
a while.
up. Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm just gonna do Ram Showcase tonight. I'll probably hear fireworks or something, and I'll just look over to Carl and be like, "Oh, Happy New Year." That'll be it. I'll be sober and just chilling. There's always that moment that I'm always like, I'm thrilled that I'm at home already on like right after midnight. I'm like, it's so good to be home. Like,
I think I fixed it, by the way.
okay, let's. Well,
We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, Joe. Oh, it's all messed up.
It is.
You got the wrong thing showing.
Yeah, sure do.
Why do you have that? Why is it?
I can't do it. It's you, dude.
Oh, this is a fail. This is a fail. I'm done. How do I cancel this? How do I cancel my subscription?
We nailed it. That was so good, dude.
TOS. That's why I picked an edit. That's why I picked an edit. We're doing this we're analyzing the spirit of one more time.
Yeah, that's because there is only one more time that we take the field in the regular season. Full game preview headed your way on Friday. What are we gonna list off as we fade out here, man?
Favorites.
That was such a pro move, dude.
That was good. That was good. Favorites. I don't know, man.
Favorite years because we're going to a new one.
Favorite playoff moments for the Rams.
Oh, solid. Give me. He's got cup again.
Of course. Arizona Cardinals getting a pick 6 from the 1 yard line.
Who was that? David Long?
I think so. But I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think you're right.
Okay. Give me Kevin Curtis 05 touchdown against the Falcons. That was sick. We lost that game. We got wrecked in that game, 47-17, but that was a cool score.
That's a good one. I was just gonna say what Jimmy G said. Not the pick at the end, but just the feeling of beating the Niners in that year. But the Cooper Kupp catch, 3rd and Cup, and just watching him just roar after a long 3rd down. That was years of frustration coming out.
The most emotion he's everyone on the field. That was so cool to see. It was like, that was like a moment. It was like the Cup again and all this. It was like, this is storybook stuff, dude. Like, this is crazy.
Before we cut out, just because we might play the Eagles, the safety on Jalen Hurts in the playoffs last year, like, was the moment I was like, oh fuck, we might do this. Like, this is a game. That was such a fun game. It was such a fun game.
Going back to last year.